So, you've been hearing a lot that Zora isn't worth doing anymore. It's not as good money as it used to be, it's pointless to do, and you just got your account to a point where you can finally kill the boss that you've heard called the Prophet King for so many years. Or, maybe you just came back to the game and wanted to relearn Zulrah and saw how low the GP per hour is, or you keep hearing people tell you not to waste your time, and you're wondering if Zulrah is really not worth doing anymore. Let me try to answer that question for you in this video. Hey, what's going on guys? Adaptations here, and today I'm going to try to answer the question that I've been asked a lot this year, and that is Zulrah still worth killing? Now, this answer isn't as black and white as you'd think, so I'm going to try to explain why that is. Zora was a boss that was added to the game in January of 2015, and since then had its drop table nerfed 7 times. That's the equivalent of being nerfed every single year since it has been released. On top of that though, the blowpipe and the serpentine helm have also been nerfed. All of these things have contributed to making Zulrah less profitable and more in line with what Jagex wanted for the boss to be originally. Zulrah, according to the wiki, is now not even in the top 20 money makers in the game. The top 20, think about that for a second. The boss that used to be the best moneymaker in the game. It's been mostly surpassed by newer content in the PvM space like Nex and Tombs of a Masket, but even pickpocketing, agility with the Hallowed Sepulchre, and blood rune crafting all seem to make more money than Zulrah does now according to the wiki. If you're looking purely at how much money you can make an hour on average, then chances are you'll find that Zulrah is not worth it to do, and you'd rather be spending all of your time at Tombs of a Masket, trying to grab a shadow solo, killing Nex, or doing Theater of Blood. However, even if you're looking for something that is more consistent and doesn't rely on RNG to give you a big item drop, you still have things like Hydra, killing Vorkath, including with a blowpipe, and crafting Wrath runes above Zulrah on the wiki. Real quick, before I continue, I'd like to just mention that I've started streaming on Twitch again. I'll link my Twitch down in the description, and I've actually been doing Zulrah on stream, so feel free to come ask me any questions, and I'd love to chat with you there. Oh, and if you could, hit the little thumbs up button down below, just to help me get back into the YouTube algorithm, that would be highly appreciated. With that out of the way, there are other reasons, however, than just pure profit to want to kill a boss, so let's talk about that. What if you're someone who wants to try to collect all of the pets or collection log slots in the game? Then no matter what the profit is, you're going to be coming here anyway. For you, it is always going to be worth it, and you're going to find yourself killing the Prophet Snake at some point. This is also true for hired men who are wanting the blowpipe as well, because there is no other way to get this huge upgrade for your account in the game. On top of this, you could just be someone who is looking for a pretty chill way to make money. I'm sure some of you are cringing at the thought of having to craft Wrath runes, do any form of pickpocketing, doing Nex, or having to learn how to solo Tombs of a Masket. I'm personally in this camp and I love Zulrah. Even though Vorkath is better money and I already have the Zulrah pet, I find myself continuing to do Zulrah over Vorkath because of how relaxing I find it to be. At Vorkath, I find myself constantly dying because the second I look away, he does one of his special attacks or flings a giant fireball directly onto my head, and I just don't have to worry about any of that with Zulrah. I also find that I get very consistent money still, and so I decided to make a video that shows what to expect out of an account that has very high stats and pretty much the best in slot range gear for profit, except for Zerite Van Braces, because unfortunately I don't have enough cash for those, so I still use my Barrow's Gloves. With this in mind, I reset my loot tracker, and I did 5.5 hours of Zulrah to see how many kills an hour I would get, how much total profit I would make, and assuming I got no unique drops, what someone with bad RNG would make. During my time killing Zora, I used the method of using the Desert Amulet to teleport to the statue to heal, and then using Zalandra teleports back to increase my kills an hour a bit, as I'm still hunting the mutagens for my collection log. Using this method, I was able to get 28 kills an hour on average, and in the 1 hour that I was recording, I managed to make 5.67 mil. This ended up being 5.6 mil after paying the GE taxes, and I would have only made 2.1 mil without a Fang drop. 2.1 mil is still higher than what the wiki estimated by a few hundred K, but the wiki actually estimates based off of only getting 20 kills an hour. Increasing this to the 28 that I got, the wiki estimates you make 3.5 mil an hour and profit 2.7 mil with 800K going to supplies. The way that I was killing Zora, I actually ended up using closer to 1.1 mil in supplies if you include the dragon arrows, the Zalandra teleports, the anglers, and the potions. So the estimated profit per hour on average should still be 2.4 mil an hour, including the chances of getting the uniques. I don't find this to be bad money at all, and I really enjoy killing Zora, so to me Zora is definitely still worth doing. Although I used to make far more money here in D-Hide with my Twisted Bow and Amethyst arrows, I would also argue that Zora is much easier to get into compared to other content in the game. It really only requires you to have done the Redicide quest to unlock, and it's one of the most consistent moneymakers in the game still. If you're someone who hates questing or doesn't have high stats, it's entirely possible you could be doing Zulrah for a day to fund your bond before you ever have a chance to kill Vorkath, Ruined Dragons, Tombs of Amasket, do any sort of raiding, or even completing the Gauntlet. The bottom line here is that it really depends on each individual, but if you like Zulrah, you want to keep doing or start doing Zulrah, or if you have fun killing the boss, then it's worth it to do. If you can do 2 hours of Zulrah a day and make 4 mil, and the thought of doing something that's better money but more stressful keeps you from logging on, then in the long run, you'll be far better off with your 4 mil a day, and you'll see exponentially more account progression. This slow, steady, and consistent mindset is how I got myself to a 2 bill bank value without doing raids, Nightmare, or pretty much any other content that I don't currently want to do. Thank you for watching the video, it really means a lot. I hope I was able to answer your questions about Zulrah and sway your decision on whether or not Zulrah is going to be worth it to you personally. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. Feel free to join my Discord, which I'll link down below. If you're curious on if other content is worth it, in my opinion, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to make another video and give you my thoughts on whatever specific content it is you're interested in. I'm also going to try to be much more active in my Discord, on YouTube, and Twitch this year, so feel free to come keep me accountable. I'm also going to try to upload another video before Christmas, but if not, I hope you all have a very happy holiday and get to spend time with your families.